Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Nipunika Shahid with the evening news. The headlines. Mirabai Chanu opens India's medal tally at Tokyo Olympics, clinches first silver in women's 49-kilogram weightlifting category. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulate Chanu for her stupendous performance. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. More than 42 crore 78 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far. National recovery rate stands at 97.35%. In Mizoram, lockdown in Aizawl extended for another week. Home Minister Amit Shah says centre will connect all capitals of northeastern states with railway and air connectivity over the next 3 years. Relief and rescue operations in full swing in rain-affected Maharashtra, Karnataka and flood-hit Bihar. President to visit Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh from tomorrow. And ICSE Class 10th and ISC Class 12th results declared. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news. Indian weightlifter Mirabai Chanu has secured the first medal for the country at the Tokyo Olympics, winning the silver medal in the women's 49-kilogram category. She lifted a total 202 kilograms in the clean and jerk category. Hu Chihui of China won the gold, lifting 210 kilograms, creating an Olympic record. In tennis, India's Sumit Nagal won his first round men's singles match 6-4, 6-7, 6-4 against Uzbekistan's Denis Istomin, while Indian archers Deepika Kumari and Praveen Jadhav lost to South Korea's Ahn San and Kim Jae-deok 6-2 in the quarterfinal. In badminton, Chirag Shetty and Ranki Reddy defeated Li Yang and Wang Chi-lin of Taipei 21-16, 16-21, 27-25 in a Group A men's doubles match. B. Sai Praneeth lost in the men's singles category to Zilberman Misha in a Group D encounter. Shooter Saurabh Chaudhary was placed at the 7th number in 10-meter air pistol finals. Boxer Vikas Krishna Yadav lost to Japan's Okazawa Sevonretz 5-0 in 63 to 69 kilogram category. Earlier today, India started its men's hockey campaign with a win, beating New Zealand 3-2 in the Pool A opening match. Rupinder Pal Singh scored 1 goal while Harmanpreet Singh scored 2 goals. Indian women lost to the Netherlands 1-5 in the hockey opener. In the women's 10-meter air rifle qualification event, India failed to qualify for the final round at the Tokyo Olympics 2020. Former world number 1 Apurvi Chandela finished at 36th place in her qualification round. She could manage only a 6:21.9. China clinched its first gold medal in Tokyo Olympics in women's 10-meter air rifle shooting. Yang Qian set an Olympic record of 251.8 to win the medal at the Osaka shooting range. Russia's Anastasia won silver, while Switzerland's Nina Quistin won the first bronze medal of Tokyo 2020.
President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and other leaders have congratulated weightlifter Mirabai Chanu for winning the silver medal in the Tokyo Olympics. They said the nation is very proud of her achievement. Prime Minister Modi has spoken to Mirabai Chanu, who secured the first medal for the country at Tokyo Olympics. In a tweet, he said India is elated by Mirabai Chanu's stupendous performance. He said that her success motivates every Indian. Mr. Modi wished Mirabai Chanu the very best for her future endeavours. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla said, "Women power has once again brought laurels to the country and India is proud of Mirabai's success." Home Minister Amit Shah said he is so proud of Mirabai Chanu for clinching the silver medal. Congratulating Mirabai Chanu, Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said the country is so proud of her. Mr. Thakur said she has brought a smile on faces of 135 crore Indians today.
A big thank you and congratulations Mirabai Chanuji. On the very first day, you have won the silver medal and brought smile for 135 crore Indians. We are proud of you, and on behalf of Honorable Prime Minister Modi and the entire country, I would like to congratulate you for inspiring Indians as well as winning the silver medal for Team India for the country. Thank you. Congratulations once again.
Interacting with media, Ms. Mirabai expressed her happiness and said that she has made a lot of sacrifices for this day, and today all her hard work has been rewarded and her dream has come true.
मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सपना किया था ओलंपिक मेडल लेने के लिए, बहुत मेहनत की थी, तो मेरा सपना पूरा हो गया है, तो मैं बहुत खुशी हूँ, मैं बता नहीं सकती, बहुत खुशी हूँ.
Saikom Mirabai Chanu was born on 8th August 1994 in Nongpok, Kakching, Imphal, Manipur, to a Saname Mahi Meitei family. Mirabai started her professional career when she was 12 years old. She won her first ever competitive gold medal at the age of 12 as she became the under-15 national champion. She began weightlifting in the year 2007 at Kuman Lampak Sports Complex situated in Imphal. By the age of 17 years, Mirabai won a gold medal at International Youth Championship and subsequently earned her national call-up. Mirabai got her major recognition when she won a silver medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 48 kg category. She also qualified for the Rio Olympics that was supposed to be held in 2016, but then she succumbed to the pressure and couldn't perform well. She bounced back in 2018 by winning a gold medal in Commonwealth Games, and recently she lifted a record 201 kg, the first by any Indian woman to do so. Mirabai achieved this rare feat when she was competing in 49 kg category. Besides, due to her contribution in sports, she was offered a job in the Eastern Railways and she works as a senior ticket collector. She has been conferred by Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and Padma Shri Award. To boost the morale of the players in the Tokyo Olympics, good wishes are pouring from across the country under the Cheer for India campaign.
Listeners from across the country are participating in the Olympic quiz with AIR News. Listeners have emailed us their replies in huge numbers. Dr. Anil Kumar Sharma of Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh was the first to send the correct answer of the question of 23rd July. Many congratulations to him from the entire team of AIR News. Speaking to AIR News, Dr. Anil, a pediatrician by profession, expressed his happiness on winning the Olympic quiz and wished the Indian Olympic contingent the best for the Tokyo Olympics.
एक कहावत है कि a good beginning is half work done. आज मीराबाई चानू ने 49 kg में भारतवर्ष के लिए टोक्यो में सिल्वर मेडल जीता और इधर मैं आज ऑल इंडिया रेडियो स्पोर्ट्स कैन टोक्यो ओलंपिक क्विज का विजेता बन गया. इससे बड़ी खुशी और क्या हो सकती है. ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे मैंने ही ओलंपिक मेडल जीत लिया है. मैं पूरे यूपी के निवासियों की तरफ से सभी 127 ओलंपिक में भाग लेने वाले खिलाड़ियों को बेस्ट विशेस देना चाहता हूं.
To participate in the Olympic quiz, tune into our program Sports Scan at 7:20 p.m. every day. All India Radio, Doordarshan and DD Sports are doing mega coverage of the 2020 Olympics. The coverage spans from pre to post-Olympics and is also available on digital platforms of Doordarshan and All India Radio. DD Sports, DD News and DD India are broadcasting daily shows and special programs on Olympics. Different sporting events at the Olympics are being broadcast live daily on DD Sports from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. All AIR capital stations, FM Rainbow Network, DRM and other AIR stations are broadcasting programs on the Olympics. The programs are also being carried over AIR YouTube channel, DTH, and on News on AIR mobile app. The News Services Division of All India Radio has been broadcasting Olympics quiz daily in its SportsCan program since the 1st of this month. Winners from all over the country will get Team India jerseys. Social media platforms of the news network of All India Radio across the country are amplifying the coverage by posting photos, videos and related stories through tweets and infographics in English, Hindi and regional languages. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. This will be the 79th episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan and also on AIR News website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. The regional language versions will be repeated at 8 in the evening.
More than 42 crore 78 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said in the last 24 hours, more than 42,67,000 doses were administered. The recovery rate now stands at 97.35%, with more than 35,000 patients recovering during the last 24 hours. In the same period, over 39,000 new cases were reported in the country. Weekly positivity rate remains below 5% at 2.22%. 546 deaths have been reported in the last 24 hours. In Mizoram, the current stricter lockdown in Aizawl has been extended for another week, which will continue till midnight of 31st of this month. The state government clamped a total lockdown in Aizawl Municipal Corporation area from 18th July to today midnight in view of the surge in COVID-positive cases. In districts, administrations have been asked to issue restrictions based on the local situation of COVID-19. An official statement said that the strict restrictions on the movement of people and their activities will remain in force during the extended period of lockdown too. It said that the decision taken for lockdown restrictions for another week is aimed at controlling the further spread of the COVID-19. Delhi government today announced further relaxation in COVID-induced restrictions with effect from Monday morning. Delhi Metro will be allowed to run with 100% seating capacity, but no standing passenger will be allowed. Similarly, multiplexes, theatres and cinema halls will be allowed to reopen with 50% capacity. The new relaxation has been announced in view of decline in COVID-19 cases in the national capital. Delhi Disaster Management Authority in its order has said that number of people allowed at marriage functions, last rites in Delhi has been raised to 100 from Monday.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is on a 2-day visit to Meghalaya, inaugurated a number of projects today. Speaking after inaugurating the interstate bus terminus at Mavyong, located on the outskirts of Shillong city, Mr. Shah stated that the central government is working to connect all the capitals of the northeastern states with railway and air connectivity by 2023-24.
विकास तभी हो सकता है कि इस दुर्गम भौगोलिक क्षेत्र के अंदर सभी प्रकार की कनेक्टिविटी से इसे युक्त करें और इसीलिए 2014 में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनने के बाद देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट की कनेक्टिविटी को सबसे ज्यादा महत्व दिया। हमारा प्रयास है कि 2024 के पहले नॉर्थ ईस्ट का हर राज्य का कैपिटल रेल और हवाई अड्डों से जुड़ जाए। पूरा देश रेलवे और हवाई अड्डों से नॉर्थ ईस्ट को कनेक्ट करने का हमारा महत्वाकांक्षी प्रोजेक्ट है।
The Home Minister also laid the foundation stones for the Northeastern Space Application Centre, Multipurpose Convention Centre cum Space Exhibition Facility at Umiam, located on the outskirts of Shillong city. Production-linked incentive PLI scheme for specialty steel will prove to be a game-changer for the steel sector in the country and will make India Atmanirbhar in producing specialty steel. This was stated by Union Minister of Steel Ramchandra Prasad Singh in an exclusive interview with All India Radio News. The minister said that production-linked incentive scheme for specialty steel, which has been approved by the government last week, is expected to bring in an investment of approximately 40,000 crore rupees and capacity addition of 25 million tons for specialty steel.
The scheme outlays about 6,322 crores, and it is a period of 5 years period. And it is expected that there will be investment of about 40,000 crores, and we will be exporting about 5.5 million tons of steel, and we will earn about 33,000 crores. And India will be totally self-reliant in especially steel production. At present, as you are aware, we are producing only 18 million tons. But as our national steel policy, by 2030, we will be producing 42 million tons of specialty steel. And this scheme will help our producers. We will incentivize them, and they will infuse technology, they will bring finance to make this sector not only internationally competitive, but technologically also very updated. I am confident that this production linked scheme will prove to be a game changer in the steel sector.
To listen to the full interview with Steel Minister Ramchandra Prasad Singh on production-linked incentives for specialty steel sector and benefits, tune into Spotlight tonight at 9:15 p.m. on FM Gold. It can also be heard on News on AIR mobile app and News on AIR official YouTube channel. President Ramnath Kovind will be on a 4-day visit to Union territories of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh from tomorrow. On Monday, which is the 22nd anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas, the President will pay homage to the indomitable courage and sacrifice of the Indian Armed Forces during the Kargil conflict in 1999 at the Kargil War Memorial Dras in Ladakh. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists were killed in an encounter with security forces in Shokbaba forests of Sumlar area in Bandipora district this morning. The encounter broke out after a joint team of J&K Police, Army and CRPF launched coordinate search operation in the area. The identity of the slain terrorists is being ascertained. Relief and rescue operations are in full swing in rain-affected Maharashtra, Karnataka and flood-hit Bihar. Torrential rainfall in various parts of Maharashtra coinciding with discharge from dams led to floods across many districts in the state. Mahad and Poladpur in Raigad, Chiplun and Khed in Ratnagiri, along with various areas in Satara, Kolhapur and Sangli districts have been affected badly. 21 teams of NDRF, 7 teams of Indian Navy, 4 teams of SDRF and 3 teams each of the Indian Army and Coast Guard are working for rescue of stranded civilians. As many as 17 bodies have been recovered from landslide debris at Khed Posre village in Khed Taluka in Ratnagiri district today. 60 bodies have been recovered so far from landslide debris in Mahad and Poladpur talukas in Raigad district. In Satara district too, NDRF teams are struggling to rescue people trapped under the debris, while 11 bodies have been recovered at Ambeghar.
In Karnataka, heavy rainfall was reported from Uttar Kannada, Shivmoga, Kodagu, Belagavi, Haveri, Chikmagaluru, Dharwad, Hassan and Davnagere districts. The Indian Coast Guards conducted a day-long rescue operation in the flood-hit Uttar Kannada district and rescued 100 people from Kargejog village and Bodojog Island. In Bihar, the flood situation remained grim in flood-affected areas of the state. Several rivers including Kosi, Bagmati and Gandak are flowing above danger mark. Surging water of River Kosi entered into over 300 houses in Supol district following breach of Dagmara embankment. Water Resources Minister Sanjay Kumar Jha said the situation is under control and there is no threat to the western Kosi embankment. Over 110,000 people have been evacuated so far in the flood-affected areas of the state. 11 districts are under the grip of flood. About 400 villages of the state are surrounded with flood waters. 16 teams of NDRF and SDRF have been pressed into relief and rescue operations. The Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination CISCE has declared the ICSE Class 10th and ISC Class 12th result this afternoon. This year, the pass percentage in Class 10th examination is 99.98%. In this examination, both girls and boys students have achieved a pass percentage of 99.98%. On the other hand, 99.76% students have cleared the Class 12th examination this year. Girls have achieved a pass percentage of 99.86%, which is slightly higher than the boys, who have secured a pass percentage of 99.66%. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Now, here is a review of this week's Parliament proceedings. Proceedings of the monsoon session of Parliament were disrupted this week due to protests by the opposition on Pegasus snooping, farmers' protest and other issues. On Monday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's attempt to introduce newly inducted ministers of his government in the Lok Sabha was also stalled by protesting opposition members. It has been a parliamentary convention for Prime Ministers to introduce new ministers in both houses of Parliament. The Prime Minister accused the opposition of being unable to digest the fact that a large number of new ministers are women, Dalits, tribals and those from other backward classes. Mr. Modi said he expected members of the House to show enthusiasm by thumping their desks to welcome the new ministers, most of whom have come from backward and rural backgrounds, with many being children of farmers. However, Mr. Modi added some people did not like that people of such background have become ministers, and that is why they are now conducting themselves in such a manner. As the opposition members continued their uproar, Mr. Modi laid the list of newly inducted ministers on the table of the House. Members from Congress and Trinamool Congress raised placards demanding the withdrawal of farm laws. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said the Prime Minister should be allowed to introduce the ministers as per convention and the issues can be raised later. The Speaker appealed to the opposition members not to disrupt the proceedings, as it is the tradition for the Prime Minister to introduce new ministers to the House. Mr. Modi requested the Speaker to consider the ministers introduced and that he would lay a copy of the names on the table. Criticizing the opposition for not allowing the Prime Minister to introduce the new ministers, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said it was happening for the first time in his 24 years of his parliamentary career. He said the strength of Parliament is in maintaining healthy traditions and both opposition and Treasury should maintain this tradition. The House paid tributes to 40 former members who passed away in recent months. As the disruptions continued, despite Speaker Om Birla's repeated pleas to maintain decorum, but due to pandemonium, the House was adjourned for the day after two adjournments on Monday. Amid row over the snooping issue, Electronics and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav made a statement in the Lok Sabha and dismissed media reports on the use of Pegasus software to snoop on Indians, saying the allegations levelled just ahead of the monsoon session of Parliament are aimed at maligning Indian democracy. Mr. Vaishnav said with several checks and balances being in place, any sort of illegal surveillance by unauthorized persons is not possible in India. The minister made this statement in response to media reports that spyware Pegasus was being used to conduct surveillance on several Indians, including political leaders, government officials and journalists. He called in a highly sensational story and asserted it was no coincidence that it appeared a day before the monsoon session of Parliament. Mr. Vaishnav said in the past similar claims were made regarding the use of Pegasus on WhatsApp, and those reports have no factual basis and were categorically denied by all parties. The minister said the press report of July 18, 2021 also appeared to be an attempt to malign the Indian democracy and a well-established institution. The government, however, had dismissed allegations of any kind of surveillance on its part on specific people, saying it has no concrete basis or truth associated with it whatsoever. 4 new members who recently got elected in by-polls took oath as members on Monday. They are Madhila Gurumurthy, YSR Congress, Mangal Suresh Angadi, BJP MP Abdul Samad Samadani, IUML Vijay Kumar Congress took oath as the House convened after a gap of nearly 4 months. The Rajya Sabha also witnessed repeated adjournments over various issues related to price rise, farmers and others. The chairman introduced the new leader of the House, Piyush Goyal. Newly elected member from Kerala, Abdul Wahab, took oath. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu, while making opening remarks, said the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic has tested us severely. He said the governments and all others concerned had to work overtime to address the bottlenecks in health infrastructure. The chairman also said this monsoon session assumes enhanced significance in the context of the prevailing situation in the country. Some Congress members objected to the chairman's opening remarks. Members from the Congress, TMC, Left, YSR Congress, Aam Aadmi Party and others trooped into the well, raising slogans against the government over price rise, farmers and other issues. Amid noisy scenes, the Prime Minister rose to introduce new ministers in the Union Council of Ministers. In the Rajya Sabha also, Mr. Modi expressed displeasure over the unruly scenes and said the House is witnessing such a scene for the first time. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, condemned the opposition for disrupting the introduction of new ministers. When the House met at 3 p.m. after adjournment, Leader of the Opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, tried to raise the issue related to his adjournment motion on price rise, which was disallowed by Deputy Chairman Harivansh. Following this, members from Congress, TMC, Left and others came into the well shouting slogans against the government. Amid noisy scenes, the House took up the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 2021 for consideration and passing. The Deputy Chairman repeatedly asked for order in the House, but in vain. As the uproar continued, the House was adjourned for the day. Proceedings in Lok Sabha were also disrupted for the second consecutive day on Tuesday due to protests from opposition parties who raised the Pegasus snooping issue. The House was adjourned repeatedly before being finally adjourned till Thursday, as Wednesday was holiday for Eid ul-Zuha. The House could not transact any legislative business on Tuesday. Amidst uproar, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman tabled a supplementary demand for additional expenses amounting to 23,674 crore rupees in the House. The highlight of the Rajya Sabha on the second day of the monsoon session was a short-duration discussion on COVID management.
Replying to the 4-hour debate, Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia listed out various measures taken by the government to prevent the possible third wave of coronavirus. The minister also refuted the opposition charge of under-reporting of COVID deaths, saying if there was any, it was on the part of states, as the centre only compiled the data sent by them. As many as 26 members from 21 parties participated in the discussion. The Health Minister in his reply said India had vaccinated over 41 crore people so far and had administered more vaccines than any other country. He said the technology transfer of vaccines has started and several companies will begin production in the country in the coming days that will help reduce vaccine shortage. He cited the example of Cadila, which has completed a third phase trial for DNA vaccine and has applied for emergency use authorization before the DGCI. The minister said that Biological E is running the third phase of its vaccine and they are expected to come in the market by September-October with 7.5 crore doses per month. Zydus Cadila and Bharat Biotech have started trials on children and we expect their trial to be successful. He said, adding that we need to trust our scientists and indigenous companies. He said as many as 316 oxygen plants out of 1,573 have been commissioned and the rest will start by August end. Mr. Mandavia said it was not appropriate to say that the third wave of COVID-19 will hit children more. Initiating the discussion, Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge alleged the government's COVID death toll figures were false and conservative. The Congress leader, Mr. Kharge, alleged that the government failed to tackle the pandemic. He said the Congress is ready to cooperate with the government in a crisis of this nature and save the people from suffering. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, urged members not to engage in criticizing each other and instead raise the level of the debate to find solutions to address the issue and prevent the likely third wave. That's all in Weekly Parliament Review.
Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Mirabai Chanu opens India's medal tally at Tokyo Olympics, clinches first silver in women's 49 kilogram weightlifting category. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulate Chanu for her stupendous performance. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.